Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Fish. You can call me Fishy. We are here today playing yet another Nancy Drew game. Today it's the Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, and I'm pretty excited for this one. I have no idea if I've played it before, but we'll see. So let's jump right into it.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Okay. I don't remember ever seeing any of that before. Let's see, what do we have here? A phone that's immediately ringing. That's fun. Check out squeaking. Nice.
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
No way. You've got me so curious, I wouldn't leave even if I could.
What do you mean?
A tree fell down behind my car just as I was driving up to the house. I'm blocked in.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
It's late. Won't the store be closed?
Where's my brain? Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
I can't just take off in your boat. It's pitch black outside.
Then listen to me. Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Wow, what a call. Yeah. Check out the squeaking. I can definitely hear it now.
What is that?
I think it's supposed to be an owl, but it sounds like a human, pretending to be an owl. Oh. Vitus, Iggy, Lucy, and Xander. Interesting.
It's stuck.
Oh.
I need some sandpaper.
I have an interesting clock. Bark. Cute. That's so cute. Oh. Feel like that's gonna be important. And back it goes. Stop. Oh, that was... That was like completely in my right ear right now, and I did not like that. I don't know if I want to go outside just yet.
Rotten floorboards. Watch your...
Oh, Nancy. How was I supposed to... Ugh.
Those floorboards need to be replaced.
Yeah, no shit. Why is the paper here? Warning you about the rotten floorboards. Let's see. Oh, we've got gloves. Whatever these are good for. No water. Glasses. Nancy, I'm really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Door is open. Make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car, Sally. Yes, my cell phone is... P.S. PPS, please don't hate me. Ow. Get well water tested ASAP. Oh, forest trails. Harry, thought you could use this map to the cemetery. You'll find lots of bait along the way, especially at night. The cemetery is real hard to find. I got lost a bunch of times. Happy fishing, George. I get to keep that. Okay, cool. Flashlight. That's convenient. What's this? Water. Interesting. Get that tree cut down. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Is there anything else? There's
Leaves that
this.
appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. When swans drift by on shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. When autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night.
Interesting. Do I dare?
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight.
That rhymed.
I'd better wait until daylight. Something's out there.
Sure is. And I don't really like it out here. That's terrifying.
Now look what you've done. That was
Oh,
a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
Who are you?
My name's Red Knot. And if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
I'm Nancy Drew. What were all those noises out here just now?
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear 'em howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone, both.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Do you live close by?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kinda my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house.
One more thing. The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
Let's go inside, I guess. You know, that does not sound like a ghost to me.
This is not good.
Nope. What kind of dogs are those? Oh, oh, go away. That is not a ghost. Guess I'll go upstairs and sleep. That peaceful music instantly as well right now. No, no, just no. Ah, I just noticed, like, the dogs here as well. It's very cute. So we need to get the water tested, yeah? Where was that thing anyway? Back here, right? Missing something? I guess so. Nope.
I need a bucket.
I took the bucket.
The boat's full of water.
Do I bucket it out? I do. Okay.
The spark plug is missing.
Why is everything broken here?
I gotta have some torque.
Listen, I don't understand anything ships.
I gotta have some torque.
I don't know what torque is. Oh, it's it here, I guess. Let's take a look around this place. Ooh.
Those look too rotten.
Suppose that's something to fix the floor. Maybe this. What is this anyway? Oh, it's our version of the notebook, I guess. Yep. I heard herinteractive.com is a great place to learn about the latest detective techniques. I'll have to check it out when I get back home. Get spark plug for boats. Ask Sally. Find bucket to bail out boats. We did that. Pump's not working. See if the ranger station has any information on how to fix or prime a pump. The ranger station, okay. Call Sally to tell her about the ghost dog attack. Okay, get testing kit from ranger station to test the well water. Nancy, thank you so much for taking notes because my brain could never. Find out how to get Sally's well water tested, fix holes in floor, look for boards around the house, forest elsewhere. Moving the dog statues in the living room changes the pictures Oh. Oh, that's what it is. Guess I have shit to do now. Well, let me call Sally first, I guess. Do I always have to pre-dial?
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance, but I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
When they appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Which 3 people?
Let's see. The park ranger, I forget his name. Kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Your outboard motorboat is missing a spark plug. Is there one around here by any chance?
I wouldn't know a spark plug if I swallowed one whole. But
Same.
you need that boat, Nancy. Right now, it's your lifeline. You can't use your car, and believe me, you can't walk anywhere because all the paths around the house end in this thick, horrible brush. You've got to get it fixed. Wait a minute. The bird watcher, he's got a boat. Maybe you could borrow his spark plug or something. Go down the path that's to the right as you look out toward the lake from the house, and you'll eventually see his observation platform. Try him at night. He never seems to be around during the day.
I guess I can explore his place during the day, though.
I could really use some sandpaper. Do you have any stashed away somewhere?
Sure don't. Try M's Emporium. That's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself if you haven't been there yet. The place is something else.
How well do you know the owner?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
How do I go about getting your water tested?
Try the ranger station on the east side of the lake. I've been told you can get some kind of kit there.
I'm curious. Why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. I don't think he likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming Super Ranger or something when I bought the Malone house instead of the Parks Department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
The wall hanging in the living room with a poem on it, and those dog carvings in that cabinet above the sofa. What can you tell me about them?
Aren't they cool? They came with the place. So did the clock. Apparently, Malone had them custom made when he built the house. In fact, they're all built into the house. They're still there because you can't move them.
Has the clock ever worked?
Not for me. Oh, but get this. One day, I was messing with the hands. You know, trying to get them to work. And all of a sudden, one of the 4 little doors flew open. And instead of a cuckoo, this dog popped out and barked 3 times. It's a doggy clock. That Malone, bad as he was, he sure loved those dogs.
Talk to you later.
Keep me posted.
I guess I'll try the observation spots. Kinda curious about that. Also, we don't have the clock this time, so I don't need to actually watch the time, which is nice. Guess that's the spot.
This must be Red's observation platform.
Interesting. Well, not much to see here, I guess. Kinda wanna explore this place, right? That's the map. Here. And then we wanna go to the cemetery. Tree stump. Okay. Oh boy. I wonder if it makes sense to like go everywhere. Maybe we find stuff there. But to the cemetery for now. I'm a little confused how this works. Oh well. Oh, that's the shot here.
It's locked.
Cool. Don't have any keys.
It's locked.
Worth a try.
A face only a gnome could love.
Oh, we got a key. It's probably rusty though. Let's try.
Oh, the key broke off.
Even better.
It's locked.
Nope.
There's got to be another way to get this open.
Bolt cutters. Just right off the bat, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. No. Why would you do that? Okay, well. Guess if I need to poison someone, or myself for that matter. Oh, board. How convenient.
I better be careful.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I can pick here. Okay, wait, where are we? Wait. This is where I went, no? Okay. Oh yeah, that's the fallen tree here. And then... Okay, there's a dead end here. I keep picking up stuff. Cute red bird. I assume I'm gonna have to take bird pictures or something at one point. Okay. So let's go this way. And then with the log, we want to go to the left. And then left again. And then left again. Okay, let's try that. Oh, another one. Left. We've got a mark here as well. And one more left. Okay. Let me check the dead end first. Oops. Okay. Birdie. Stomp. And then the stomp. Okay. Let's see here. Nothing. There we go, we found it. And we've got one more board. Okay, hold on. Waldo. Where is he? I wonder. Oh, Snooky. Oh, doggy. He was 10. Piff and Puff. Cedric Cosmo cranky. Goodness. Oma Peru. Okay. Marbles. Oh, we're so sorry to have lost you. Gosh, that's like kind of dark. Stench. Oh, look at that. Okay, so for November, April, February, and August. I wonder if that's what the poem refers to. So Xander would be summer. April should be spring. So Lucy. And then Iggy in November will be autumn. And February will be winter, which would be Ridus. Okay, I hope that's right.
Looks like paw prints.
It does indeed. One more thing to prove that it's not actual ghosts. And doesn't look like I can do something here. Maybe later. Let me check the map. Oh yeah, the yellow ribbon. Those are my notes now. Interesting. Okay, kind of want to explore this a little bit. So, oh, never mind. Let's see here. Oh, one more. I mean, honestly, you could walk through the trees. Here? Yep. And then nothing here. Get down to the log. Here it is. Dead end. Cool. Alright, basically can go back and explore the other side. Let's do that. Interesting sound. Okay, and then we go this way. Let's go to the left first. Oh, we got a shoe. Interesting. And here, nothing. Okay. Wait, that's the log. Oh, that's another log. Okay. What am I supposed to do here? Okay. Both are dead ends. Oh, birdie. Alright. So what else? Was there to do? The spark plug we need. The testing kit from the ranger station. We need to fix the boat for this first. Yeah, I guess I'll go take a nap or something. But I want to talk to Bess first. Bess.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, Bess. How'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my many talents. You are so full of it. She got caller ID, Nancy. So now, instead of hanging up on the geeks that always call her, she just doesn't answer the phone. Very funny.
Same.
So what's up?
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
You're gonna be dead in the water, as it were, until you get Sally's boat fixed. Go find that bird watcher. He has a boat too, so he must know where you can get a spark plug.
Believe it or not, on some nights, this house gets attacked by a pack of dogs. Sally's so scared of them, she left me here by myself.
Did you say dogs? She couldn't have, George. Dogs don't attack houses.
They were definitely dogs. They came out of nowhere and started leaping at the windows and scratching at the doors like they wanted to get in.
Maybe that was just their way of being friendly.
These dogs were not friendly, believe me, and they had glowing yellow eyes. A birdwatcher I ran into said they were ghosts.
Ghosts?
The man who built Sally's place on Moon Lake was a gangster. The birdwatcher said that the ghosts of his dogs show up every time someone new tries to live here.
The place is haunted by ghost dogs? Like there's such a thing as ghosts. But it does sound like you've got another mystery on your hands, Detective Drew.
There's a private cemetery in the woods out back. Malone and his dogs are supposedly buried there.
Creepy.
And there were paw prints in the cemetery. Fresh paw prints.
Are you sure you're going to be all right there by yourself? We'd volunteer to drive out there and keep you company, but unfortunately my car's in the shop, and you know what a scaredy cat George is.
That's okay. There's really no room, and believe me, living conditions here are pretty primitive.
Scaredy cat, huh? You're gonna pay for that remark, dear cousin.
Bye, you guys.
Good luck, Nancy, and stay in touch.
Okay, so pretty much what I said. I gotta talk to Red. What's his name? Well, let's go take a nap. And then to the right. Ha, there you are.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Please, just call me Nancy.
I will if you keep your voice down. I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Really? Are they rare?
Something tells me they're gonna be with you around. You didn't come up here to chit-chat, did you?
Do you know much about outboard motors?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Why don't you like tourists?
I came to see birds, not people.
Fair.
The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
That laugh.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds, of course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
I know I can.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Cigarettes? No.
These woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
Was that a threat? Guess I'll go to daytime then. And then we can now fix the boat. Is this where I need the screwdriver, I wonder? Oh, yep. Okay. Ah, this is
The
where the
spark
thing...
plug is missing.
Okay. So this goes here. And then got a neutral. I'd assume that's this. I wonder if that's the negative then. No? Maybe the other way around? Maybe not? Or maybe I just have to try it now? I just have to try it. Whoops. Hehe. Let's try that again.
Something must be very wrong with this engine.
Yeah, kind of is. Whoopsie daisy. I still assume that this is the, like, neutral. And then I guess it's gonna be the other way around then. Let's try that again and hope that it doesn't explode. Yep, there we go. So let's go here first.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
A tree fell down in the driveway behind my car, and now I'm blocked in.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
The ghost dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
Have you ever seen the dogs?
Nope. Don't want to, neither. Just hearing 'em howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
Bejeebies, I like how she talks.
When was the last time they appeared?
Seems like they show up every time somebody buys the place. So the last time would have been 10, 15 years ago.
I caught a strange man prowling around last night. He called himself Red Knot.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure. He's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
Can I take it?
What else can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So, it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Squeaky Wheel Acres?
Jeff Akers, local park ranger. I keep telling him all this stuff washed up on shore. But does that snobby little stickler for rules believe me?
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Why would he want that?
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
Interesting. Chocolate. Life baits, okay. Ooh. Cans. Frozen food, I guess. And Benson Aviation. Buy your fishing license here, skunk. Okay. Buy a piece of the past. 80 years ago, Moon Lake was crawling with gangsters, flappers, and jazz musicians from the big city. They traveled to and from parties by boats and were so rich that if they accidentally dropped something in the lake, they wouldn't even bother going after it. Each item you see here was fished out of Moon Lake and most likely belonged to some wealthy big shot. By legal means. Don't go home without buying at least one genuine artifact from the Roaring Twenties. Just kind of curious.
Howdy, Nancy.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Oh.
That's just it. I'm running kind of low on cash. Would it be possible to start a line of credit?
My daddy always said, neither a borrower nor a lender be. But I'll tell you what, seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
Think I could get some from him?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
Keep on trucking.
She's pretty funny. Ranger station. Ooh. Ooh, wow, there's a lot to look at.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's right.
Ding, ding,
Only
ding.
she's gone back to Philadelphia. Malone's dogs got to her.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
Does that mean you don't?
There's always a logical explanation for everything. Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Completely agree.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Yep.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
As a park ranger, don't you want to know for sure what's behind these dog attacks?
Do you always ask this many questions?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I'm a very busy man, Miss Drew, but I am here to serve the public.
You don't sound happy about it.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Does everyone out here have a well?
Everyone who doesn't want to die of thirst does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
This place isn't exactly your ordinary ranger station, is it?
It's also the Moon Lake Post Office, and it's the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I've lived here all my life, so I can't help but feel obligated to protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
Which is apparently rather colorful.
As a member of the law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the positive aspects of history instead of on the activities of a bunch of glorified thugs.
So you'd probably like to see the old Malone place torn down and forgotten.
Not necessarily. It's hard to ignore its potential as a tourist attraction. And if that's what it takes to draw more people to Moon Lake, I'm a reasonable man.
As an officer of the law, can you think of anyone who might want to scare Sally off her property?
The woman who owns the shop across the lake? Emily Griffin? I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure she's been dragging the lake in front of Malone's house for artifacts, which is illegal. It would be a lot easier for her to do her dirty work if nobody was living there.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Is Malone buried there?
That's the rumor.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias. Does that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Akers.
How old is this tree? Did you know that the growth rings on the tree indicate its age and the environmental conditions in which it grew? This cross-section is a reproduction of a pine tree that was 62 years old when it was cut down. Please note that the large size of this display does not reflect the actual width of a 62-year-old pine. Evenly spaced rings indicate healthy growth. A pine seedling. Although the tree is growing straight again, narrow rings indicate competition for sunlight and nutrients from other trees. Rapid growth begins again, probably due to the removal of neighboring trees. A growth disparity occurs. A burn scar from a fire that quickly scorched the forest. A prolonged drought in the area causes narrow growth rings. These narrow rings are the result of a sawfly insect infestation. The sawfly larvae consume conifer buds and needles. Interesting. Oh? It's got a dog? Are you the one sending the dogs to us? Moon Lake. Logging Company. Kinda wonder if those are actually like real. Albertus? Founder, Moon Lake, Pennsylvania, Logging Company. T. Park Ranger Francis Bacon Grits and his wife Zelda Strawberry. North area. Brother Flavi, Donnie, and Ronnie proudly showing their prize-winning catches at this year's Moon Lake State Park Summer Fishing Contest. Civilian Conservation Corps. In 1932, when the United States was in the throes of the Great Depression, presidential candidate Franklin D. Roosevelt recognized that the country was facing two very serious problems. Its natural resources were rapidly being destroyed by soil erosion and deforestation, and thousands of able-bodied men were unemployed and desperately looking for work. So when he was elected, Roosevelt immediately compelled Congress to pass the Emergency Conservation Work Act. It called for the establishment of a peacetime army of men who, stationed at various camps throughout the country, would undertake work projects that would save and revitalize the nation's forests while allowing the men to earn much-needed paychecks. By the end of 1935, this army, called the Civilian Conservation Corps, had been successfully mobilized and was hard at work. 500,000 enrollees were stationed at 2,650 camps, which were located in all 48 states as well as the territories of Hawaii and Alaska. The men undertook projects ranging from building roads and fire towers to stringing telephone lines to planting billions of trees. When the CC was abolished in 1942, it had left its mark on every state in the nation. The importance of its role in the development of recreational facilities in national, state, county, and metropolitan parks throughout the country cannot be understated. The building in which you're now sitting is a testament to the dedication of and determination of Roosevelt's Tree Army. A CCC train transporting supplies. Cool. Click on photograph to enter. Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids. Health and safety tips. Oh, well water. Wells and well water. Moon Lake is too far from any major city for its residents to tap into a public water supply. Therefore, everyone living in the area must rely on private wells for the water they use every day for drinking, cooling, and bathing. Nowadays, wells are located and constructed according to requirements set down by the state of Pennsylvania, but a well does not last forever. Sooner or later, wells begin to lose their ability to keep out contaminants. For this reason, a well should be inspected every few years, and its water should be tested at least once a year. Water can be contaminated by chemicals such as pesticides and fertilizers, by naturally occurring elements such as arsenic and lead, and by waste-borne microbes which can cause such diseases as dysentery, hepatitis, giardiasis. I don't know if I'm saying this right. See factoid on giardiasis under health and safety tips, and cryptosporidiosis. Help. Well water that is contaminated may look and smell fine, which is why testing is imperative to ensure safety. On the other hand, well water that smells and tastes like rotten eggs may be perfectly safe. This unpleasant odor may come from the underground rock surrounding the source of the well water, but more likely is caused by bacteria which, though harmless, live in rapidly multiplying colonies in the well and emit hydrogen sulfide gas as part of their life cycle. Disinfecting the well with carefully calculated amounts of chlorine can reduce or eliminate foul odors by destroying the bacteria which creates them. The Grimley County Extension Service has more information on shock chlorination. If your well is more than 20 years old, has not been used or tested for more than a year, or there is a sudden change in the quality of your water, immediately stop drinking the water and disconnect your plumbing system from the well. Then get a water testing kit from the friendly, ever helpful park ranger behind you. Take a sample from the well. See the factoid on priming a pump if your pump doesn't work, and send it to the address included in the kit. Priming a pump. Shallow well pumps, which can lift water a maximum of 25 feet at sea level, operate on the same principles as a drinking straw. The action of the pump sucks air out of the intake or drop pipe that extends down into the well water, and when a partial vacuum is created, air pressure does the rest, pushing water up the intake pipe and out the spout of the pump. When a pump seems to stop working, that is, when it fails to suck any water up and out the spouts, no matter how much the handle is pumped, it probably needs to be primed. To prime a pump, simply pour portable drinkable water into the top of it and pump the handle until water flows from the spout. It's a good idea to fill a container with water right away and keep it nearby so you'll have water the next time the pump needs priming. A pump needs to be primed because built into the pump is a cylinder through which runs a plunger. One end of the plunger is attached to the pump handle, the other end is attached to a valve which opens when the handle is raised and closes when the handle is pushed down. The sides of the valve, its leathers, must be wet in order to create enough of a seal with the edge of the cylinder to pull the air out of the intake pipe and allow air pressure to force water up the pipe into the cylinder and out the spout. The longer the pump goes without being used, the drier these leathers will become. Of course, in time, these valves or cup leathers will eventually wear out and have to be replaced. Well water should be tested at least once a year to make sure no chemicals or diseases causing microbes have contaminated the water. Okay. Hantavirus. Several types of hantaviruses, all of which are transmitted to people by rodents, mice and rats. The type which is of most concern is the one that can cause acute respiratory failure and death. This disease is called hantavirus, pulmonary syndrome, or HPS, and the rodent most likely to transmit the disease to humans is the deer mouse. A deer mouse infected with a hantavirus does not act or appear sick. The virus simply lives in its body, always present in its saliva, urine, and droppings. Once outside the mouse's body, the virus can exist for several days, waiting to infect another host. Infection occurs when tiny particles containing the virus are kicked up into the air, a process called aerosolization, and inhaled. The early symptoms of HPS can occur anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks after exposure to particles contaminated with this virus. Early symptoms always include fatigue, fever, and muscle aches, may include headaches, chills, and abdominal problems, but almost never include earache, sore throat, and rash. 4 to 10 days after the early symptoms appear, the victim experiences coughing and severe shortness of breath as the lungs gradually fill with fluid. To avoid contracting HPS, people should always assume that one mouse-infested area has been contaminated with hantavirus and should either avoid these areas or take precautions when cleaning them. Never sweep an area that mice have inhabited, as sweeping would stir up dust which could then be inhaled. Instead, wearing a respiratory mask and rubber gloves, remove dirt from the area with a damp towel, mop, or sponge. Double bag the cleaning materials before disposing of them. Cool. I've got the gloves, so I assume I'm gonna have to clean mouse poop. Forest fire prevention. It's up to the people, using our nation's parks and forest lands to prevent forest fires. You hear that? Well, while some fires are started by lightning, the most devastating fires tend to be started by human carelessness. People who smoke should refrain from doing so when enjoying Moon Lake State Park. Fireworks and firearms of any kind are strictly prohibited, except when the danger of fire is extremely high. Check with your... wait. Oh, except when the danger of fire is extremely high, check with your friendly park ranger. Campfires are allowed in the park, but only in designated areas. The easiest way to prevent forest fires is to use common sense. Never start a campfire unless you have a supply of water or sand readily available to put it out. Never leave a campfire unattended, and when you put a fire out, do not leave the area until the ashes are cool to the touch. A steady breeze can fan hot embers into flames, so be particularly careful of windy days. The spark from an engine or even the heat of an exhaust pipe can be enough to ignite dry grass, so all motorized vehicles must stay on the road while within park boundaries and must be parked only in designated parking areas. Off-road driving of any kind of motorized vehicle is strictly prohibited at all times. Most of the trees in Moon Lake State Park range in age from 70 to 100 years old. Don't let 1 minute of carelessness destroy what it took nature decades to create. Treat the woods as if it were your home. Though thousands and thousands of plants and animals, that's exactly... thousands and thousands of plants and animals, that's exactly what it is. Okay, poisonous plants. Ooh, do I need to know that? Poison ivy, poison oak. No pictures, so I don't assume I need that. Nature slideshow. White-tailed deer. Peregrine falcon. Wood ducks. Look at their red eyes. They look evil. Red squirrel. Squirrel. Moon Lake during fall. Moon Lake glowworm. Oh! Is that what the dogs ate and now their eyes are all glowy? History of Moon Lake. Lenape tribe. The first residents of Moon Lake were members of the Lenape, close enough, tribe, one of several Algonquin, speaking tribes that populated the northeastern US for hundreds, if not thousands of years prior to the arrival of settlers from Europe. Because the early colonists had trouble pronouncing Lenape, they lumped the tribe in with all the other Algonquin-speaking tribes they encountered and referred to this larger group as the Delaware Indians. This is because many of the Algonquin-speaking tribes lived in the large drainage basin of the Delaware River, which had been named after an Englishman whose title was Lord Delaware. Early settlers. Native Americans were the first true settlers. Around 1635, immigrants from Europe moved into the area, mostly of German and Scot-Irish descent. They farmed the fields around the lake, hunted game in the woods, and lived peacefully alongside the Lenape. But as more and more settlers came, the demand for land increased, and so the pressure on the Lenape to move out. In one instance, the Europeans talked the Lenape into turning over to them as much land as a man could walk in a day and a half. The Lenape agreed to the deal, and the settlers promptly sent men out to run as far as they could in the allotted time. The walking purchase, as it is called today, forced many Lenape to leave Moon Lake forever. Like the rest of Pennsylvania, Moon Lake was very anti-slavery. Prior to the Civil War, the Redscape farm on the north side of the lake was rumored to be part of the Underground Railroad, the secret network of people who would hide slaves fleeing from their owners in the south and help them travel to Canada, where they'd be free. Dozens of slaves at the time reportedly sought refuge during the day in the huge cellar of the farmhouse. When night came, they'd resume their perilous journey north. Nothing remains of the farm today, though in the 1920s a gangster, see famous residence, built a house in the approximate spot where the farmhouse once stood. Is that our house? Farmhouse residence. Doggy! In the early 20th century, many celebrities from the East Coast spent time here, including Florence Ziegfeld, famous producer of Broadway musicals and revues. In fact, in 1926, his boat, the Folly King, ran into the rocks at the north end of the lake and capsized. Nobody was hurt, but rather than going to the bother of repairing the boat, Ziegfeld simply left it there. Legend has it that for years a local dog would swim out to the wreck every day and lie on it, barking at everyone who came near. The boat gradually disintegrated until now no trace of it remains. Local legend has it that Ben Franklin spent the summer of 1744 on Moon Lake's south shore. That summer was a particularly stormy one, which has led to speculations that his interest in lightning and electricity were sparked by his experience here. Moon Lake has had some infamous residents as well. In 1925, at the height of Prohibition, Mickey Malone, a gangster from Philadelphia who got rich smuggling and distributing illegal liquor, built a house on the North Shore at the site of the old Redsky Farm, see early settlers. People came from up and down the East Coast to attend the parties he threw at Moon Lake. He was convicted of tax evasion in 1933 and sent to prison, where he eventually died. Oh. Creation. Ugh! So much to read. Acquisition of the land. In the early 1900s, as automobiles began to make the rural parts of the state more accessible to people from the big city, interest in hiking and camping in remote areas such as Moon Lake grew. Interest in saving forested areas instead of allowing them to be destroyed by logging increased as well. In 1990, a group of private citizens, mostly from Philadelphia, formed the Moon Lake Conservancy in order to raise money to acquire and preserve the land surrounding the lake. By 1921, the group had acquired most of the land on its west, south, and east shores, a total of 1,004 acres. The land was donated to the State Forestry Department and formally became Moon Lake State Park in 1930. Although the Moon Lake Conservancy no longer exists, many people still dream the day when they can walk all the way around Moon Lake without encountering private property. If you own land on Moon Lake or know someone who does, please consider selling or better yet donating it to the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. Ask your friendly park ranger for more information. Construction of facilities. Okay. Roman numerals. That looks like something we're gonna need. Let me just take a picture because I actually don't know Roman numerals. Cannot remember it for the life of me. About Jeff Akers. Park Ranger Jeff Akers was born and raised in Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Upon graduation from Norris High School in 1989, he attended Penn State, where he earned a bachelor's degree in Park and Recreation Management. Hey, Parks and Recreations. He has been the park ranger at Moon Lake State Park since 1996. Because he spent much of his childhood at Moon Lake, he is excited about introducing visitors to what he calls the best state park in the country. From geology to astronomy to meteorology, Ranger Akers knows his stuff, so if you have any questions, just ask. He's here to serve. I wonder if he wrote this himself. I hope that was enough information for everybody.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Akers' permission.
But I want to. Interesting. white-tailed deer. Moon Lake State Park. What's in the name? Moon Lake is an apt moniker for this crescent-shaped freshwater lake. One of Pennsylvania's best-kept secrets, the lake is home to various species of fish, including trout, carp, and freshwater bass. Fishing is permitted with a fishing license. Welcome to Moon Lake State Park. Drop by the visitor center and say hi to our park ranger. The center provides all your needed information for a fun and enjoyable time at Moon Lake. Critters. Wild-tailed deer, chipmunks, cottontail rabbits, otters, and skunks are some of the more common animals in Moon Lake State Park. Please note all wildlife can be dangerous. Never approach, harass, or feed any animals, even small ones. Birds. Common shorebirds include the great blue heron and the mallards. East Beach provides ample opportunities for bird watching. East Beach. Great blue heron and the mallard. South areas. This portion of the park is closed to visitors as several rare birds, such as the yellow-bellied flycatcher, are known to breed in this area of the lake. Gotcha. Fishing regulations, boating regulations, hiking tips.
You're back.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
He sounded so excited. Alright, so we have the testing kit, so I guess I can go take a sample of the water. Yeah. And then we need to prime that first. And then I have to bring it back to him, or I think, maybe? I don't know.
I don't need water right now.
Cool. And then we also have this thing now. Where is it?
American goldfinch. Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk. Western tanager.
Go check out the wings. We only have one bird here. The rest of them are kind of here. That sounds like a bird, but not like one that we need right now. Where's my camera? Wait. This one?
Come back!
Blue one? Cool. There we go.
I must have scared it.
Fancy. And straight. Cute. So it would have to be here.
Missed it.
Come here, birdie, come here. That's a pretty good shot. Okay, we still need to go bother red for the sandpaper. But he was hunting for worms, bet. Blue jay. Check with red. Yeah. Alright. So, as it is day right now. Also, this looks a bit. No, never mind. Okay. As it is still day, I wanna bring the water sample. And then I wanna chat with red. This way.
You're back.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Again, you don't sound too excited about that. Oh, interesting. It turns to night automatically. Cool. Well, guess I'll go talk to red.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Do many people around here own dogs?
Not really. Most people don't bother. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws.
Birdie.
There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Will do. Okay, let's go fix that thing with the dogs. Sandpaper.
It's stuck.
There you go. Wait, which way was it? This way. And this way is ones. Which I think is actually correct. No, wait. Xander. No, Big Xander. Iggy. It's Autumn. And then Vitus. Booby Birds. Which this should be correct. Lucy is Leaves. I think maybe this position. I think he is there. Let's try this way. Ooh. There we go. Okay, I see now why I need to fix that part. Then let's go to sleep, I guess. Yep.
You're back.
I am.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
Sounds like Moon Lake could use 2 rangers.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best bird-watching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Doggy! Look at him! Oh, so cute.
Let's see.
do
Jeff
this.
said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
Dear Lord. Okay. So, M is 1000, C is 100. What the hell is MCM? Why would you write it MCM? I mean, that's got to be... Oh, is it like 1000 minus 100 basically? And then that would be 10, like 1910. This is 1918. Would go here somewhere. 19. Wait, 1908. My bad. Let's see. 1908, 1910. 1904. 1911. And then that's 1913. 1914. L is 50. Is that 1960 then? um, 1951, 1960. Anyway, 13, 14, 25. So that would be here.
Now that they're all sorted,
Oh.
I can do some reading.
That was easy enough, I guess. The Belfonte Star. Philadelphia mobster dies in Leavenworth. Michael Mickey Malone died yesterday of liver failure in the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas, at the age of 52. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1889, Malone owned and operated Philadelphia Duds and Suds, a chain of laundromats and dry cleaners that allowed him to disguise and disperse the money he made as a racketeer. Compared to other gangsters, Malone kept a relatively low profile. His desire for privacy was enforced by 4 large dogs who never left his side, although he was rumored to be involved in everything from rum running to gold heists. He never spent a single night in jail until he was arrested in 1932 for tax evasion. He was convicted the following year and was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. He died just 2 months before he was scheduled to be released. Oh. This one. Gangster nabbed at Moon Lake residence. Mickey Malone arrested. Mickey Malone, a Philadelphia businessman, long considered by police to be a bootlegger and a racketeer, finally felt the sting of the sword of justice when he was arrested this morning at his house on Moon Lake. Careful to keep Malone's attack dogs at bay, agents from the Internal Revenue Service and the Department of Justice raided the lakefront home at dawn, catching Malone and his henchmen completely by surprise. Within seconds, Malone was handcuffed. Wearing only an overcoat over his pajamas, he was swept out the door and into a waiting car. He was driven directly to Philadelphia, where he was jailed on charges of tax evasion and conspiracy to violate prohibition laws. The police have been wise to Malone's criminal activities for years, but 3 previous attempts to incarcerate him failed miserably when Malone's shadowy associates, through bribes and threats, forced prosecution witnesses to recount their stories. This time, federal agents intend to rely on ledgers and tax returns to prove their case. Since 1927, when it was determined that even income gained through illegal means is taxable, authorities have been eager to use this ruling to make thugs like Malone pay for their crimes. Mickey Malone's been making us look like fools for a long time, declared Bureau of Investigations Agent Waldo Matthias. Oh, there we go. But today, the good guys finally got the last laugh. Malone loudly and repeatedly proclaimed that he'd done nothing wrong as he was led to jail. However, his protestation help. However, his protests of innocence ended abruptly when, apparently not wishing to be photographed in his pajamas, Malone took a swing at a press photographer. He was quickly subdued. Okay. Oh, there's one more. Oh, dragging ban is a drag for Pennsylvania treasure hunter. There's gold in them there's sandbars. At least that's been the experience of Emily Griffin, owner of M's Emporium on Moon Lake in central Pennsylvania. For the past 10 years, she has been dragging a heavy net back and forth along the bottom of the lake, uncovering and bringing to the surface relics from the 1920s. I've dredged up everything from diamond tiaras and skeleton keys to full bottles of French cognac, said Griffin. It just blows my mind what those people would... Should I talk like her? Oh, I can't do that. Wait. Hers is really difficult to replicate. It just blows my mind what those people would... No, that doesn't sound like her. It just blows my mind what those people would drop back then and never bothered going back for. She is referring to the wealthy guest of gangster Mickey Malone, who built a home on the lake in 1925 and threw large, raucous parties almost every weekend. Because his guests would travel to and from the house by boat, personal items were lost overboard with great frequency. Miss Griffin estimates that she has made close to $20,000 selling her findings to antique hunters and tourists, But last week, her windfall came to an end. The county in which Moon Lake is located passed an ordinance making the recovery of objects from the lake bed illegal. The ban arose from the fact that the bottom of Moon Lake is composed of unusually fine sand. When disturbed, it clouds the water, sometimes for days, posing a threat to the aquatic plants and fish that otherwise thrive there. Park Ranger Jeff Akers, who oversees the state park surrounding the lake, initiated the ban. The eco-balance of Moon Lake is simply too delicate to ignore, he contends. But Miss Griffin begs to differ. The whole thing's just plumb ridiculous, she says. You know what all that stuff down there is doing right now? It's rotting away, polluting the water. Heck, by getting it out of there, I'm doing the county a favor. Unfortunately, the county doesn't see it that way, and it appears that Miss Griffin will have to abandon what had become a pleasantly profitable hobby. Oh, I don't know, she shrugs. I can still sell the stuff that washes up on shore, and that happens, especially after a good storm. So I may be down, she says, eyes twinkling, but I ain't necessarily out. Cool. So we know more now. Let me see if you have something to say.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash.
Of course.
Park rules.
I couldn't help but notice that he's about the same size as those ghost dogs were.
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
Well,
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
cool.
Chances are it isn't a paycheck.
No, it's an honorary Junior Park Ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Akers. Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Nice Junior Park Ranger pin. You must really be on Acres' good side.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all.
Sure.
But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
A dozen little critters?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Do I need some kind of permit?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. At least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay hee-hoo.
Okay, let's go pick up some critters. I would never. I hate touching bugs. I assume I'm gonna find them in the forest. Yeah, gotcha. Gross. Oh. Cricket.
Hey Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
Got him right here.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Very slow drummer. Alright. We got the gear. Let's go hunt for birds. I like the idea of Nancy like changing gear right there and then. Cool. And that's no straight. Cool.
Nope, no hawks.
I guess so. Maybe I got all the birds then, huh? I guess I'll bring it to red. This one's got fun music actually. Oh. He's not there? Can I steal the lamp? Where is he?
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, hi, how's it going?
Where'd all that stuff in your tool shed come from?
It's just junk left behind by previous owners. Came with the house. I've been meaning to take inventory and start pitching stuff, but I didn't. If they ever make procrastination a crime, I'm done for.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
So you didn't go out there much?
No.
Talk to you later.
Keep me posted.
Bears, my girl. What you got to say?
Nancy, how's it going?
This caller ID stuff is going to take some getting used to.
I'm here too, Nan. What's going on?
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like? Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying park ranger. Is he cute? Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what will be the point? Anyway, Nancy, you were saying?
His name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite, efficient, knowledgeable.
Sounds boring.
In fact, he probably knows more about the area than all the other residents of Moon Lake combined.
Sounds very boring. What's he know about these alleged ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does Detective Drew think about the dogs?
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole idea.
Somebody had those dogs attack Sally in order to scare her away? Why would anybody do that? She was there for less than a month. You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know.
Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Frank and Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where you are and what you're doing, and they're dying to hear from you.
Oh, yeah? What are they up to?
Compared to you, nothing. As I was telling them about this latest case of yours, I could hear them turning green with envy right through the receiver.
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone.
Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Call them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want to hear from you, too.
Yeah, no fair discussing the case with them from now on and not with us. Promise you'll keep us up to speed?
I promise. This birdwatcher I met has got me taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Does he live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting. He's in the woods at night. The dogs are in the woods at night.
Could he have had a reason for wanting Sally out of the Malone house?
Maybe. From what Ranger Akers told me, Red would like everybody around here out of their houses. He thinks there's too many people at Moon Lake and it's ruining the bird watching. Ranger Akers called him a fanatic.
Fanatic equals suspect in my book.
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger if Sally sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan.
I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
You two would get a kick out of the woman who owns this little store on Moon Lake.
How so?
She's a real country gal. We got this deal worked out where if I need something she carries, she'll let me do little chores to pay for it.
What kind of little chores?
Oh, like collecting bugs and worms so she can sell them to fishermen as bait.
Sounds delightful.
Unfortunately, she may not be as harmless as she seems.
Why do you say that?
She also sells antiques from the 1920s that she finds in Moon Lake.
Is that bad?
If she's been getting them by dragging the lake in front of Sally's house, it is. That's illegal.
You know what that means?
It means Emily Griffin has made my suspect list.
Because if she is breaking the law, she'd want the Malone house to stay empty so she can keep dragging the lake without anybody seeing her.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Ew, really? Does it taste like rotten eggs?
Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not. Because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
I can't believe the key to the padlock just fell apart like that.
I know. The lid to the crate is on hinges, right? Just use your screwdriver.
Take the screws out of the hinges.
And lift the lid.
Seriously?
Bye, you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
I gotta have some torque.
Of course. Torque. Ooh. Oh, that's the mask. Cool. Finally. Okay. So I think I can fix this now. And then that looks safe. Okay, let's explore this secret door. We can almost read that. Ooh. Interesting. Oh. Don't like that.
It could be mice making that sound.
Sure does sound like it.
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
So many acres. Philadelphia Gazettes. Thoughts on thuggery. The truth about Mickey Malone. Was told by his most trusted employee, William Akers. Mr. Malone has never spent a night in jail, and he never will, said William Akers. And you know why? Because he's just an ordinary Joe trying to run an ordinary business. He said this with such conviction that for a moment this reporter honestly thought Akers was talking about somebody other than Mickey Malone, the notorious gangster. But I was standing on the porch of Malone's getaway home at Moon Lake, having bushwhacked through thick brush from the east side of the lake to avoid detection and probable eviction by his bodyguards. And I was talking to the man who, according to the police, is the only person Malone trusts. I oughta know. I see him every day, Akers went on. He doesn't deserve all the grief you newspaper hags give him. He's a rich man because his laundromats are fine establishments and people like to wash their clothes there. All this talk about him being a bootlegger is just plain hogwash. When I asked if I could talk to Malone, Akers said Malone was out walking. Like I said, he's an ordinary guy who likes to do ordinary things. When I asked if I could wait for him, he said, "What for? Anything you want to know about Mickey Malone, I can tell you. I've worked for him for 15 years. When I said all I wanted was the truth, he said, "Then you're in luck, because that's what I just told you. And now I suggest you leave. Mickey's a swell guy, but he's got these 4 big dogs, see? And sometimes they don't mind so good." I took the hint and left, but as I struggled through the brush to get back to my car, I realized something. Akers hadn't told me the truth about what Mickey Malone did, I knew that, but he had told me an important truth when it came to what Mickey Malone was. Someone who had at least one extremely loyal employee. I ask you, good citizens of Philadelphia, how many so-called legitimate businessmen can say the same thing? Houdini. Fun. Okay. Oh. So this is permanently open now, that's cool. So what's the thing about the mice? Are they like in here? Do I have any idea how to solve this?
It's blocked.
Something like oil that I need, maybe?
It's blocked.
I'm gonna check one more time in the forest. I don't think Bird Guy is there, but... Oh, he is! Look at that.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, A really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Emily Griffin doesn't seem to have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her up on your suspect list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe, something tells me we're not helping.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house. They've all got headstones inscribed with when they were born and when they died.
That's interesting. Did Malone have family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then who had the tombstones inscribed?
That's exactly what I was wondering.
Sounds like this latest puzzle of yours is still missing a few pieces.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
We can probably come up with a few.
But we're not going to make it easy for you.
After all, it's your case, not ours.
Why don't you try to find out who the woman in that picture you found in the cellar is?
Fair enough.
Later, guys.
You bet.
Bye, Nancy.
Let's go sleep. And then talk to it. Well, yeah. Let's talk to everybody. And also wait for the hawk. Let's do that first, actually. Southwest, he said. And then what?
I don't see any hawks.
I don't know. I don't have the patience to sit around and wait, so I'll go talk to everybody. Let's start with our dear ranger.
You're back.
I am.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Cool. Do not drink or use the water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been
Arsenic.
contaminated deliberately.
Oh. Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us. While it is not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amount in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete. You will be informed as to what, if anything, they uncover.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Where's Yogi?
In the run, out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Ms. Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
I already did. They don't answer my questions.
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Well, that's it from him, I guess. Call Sally. Find an old tree or maybe even an old stump. Looks like Malone's unlucky day was 012932. Interesting. Sally.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, hi. How's it going?
I'm afraid I have some bad news. I had your well water tested, and according to the health department, it contains a very high level of arsenic.
Arsenic? Somebody poisoned my well?
Maybe, maybe not. The health department is running more tests. When you bought the house, did anyone mention a problem with the well?
No. And it doesn't matter. I love that house, and I am going to live in it. If that well's bad, I'll just dig another one. At least I will when I know for sure why bad things keep happening there. You are going to figure that out, right, Nancy?
You bet I am.
I knew I could count on you.
Talk to you later.
Thanks again, Nancy.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree.
I knew that stump was suspicious.
That sounded like a hawk.
It did.
There it is. I better get a picture before it takes off.
Wait. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a... Interesting.
Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker.
Oh.
Huh? I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
Oh, shoot. Wait, this thing. Oh gosh, I shouldn't do this one, right? It's just gonna explode. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, what the... What am I supposed to do? Ah, shit. There you go. No. Fuck. Oh, okay. Shoot. Now I kind of fucked it up, didn't I? Shit. Well, can blow some more. Wait for it to explode. How long does it take? Usually it's much faster than this, I feel like. Let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we do this, and then that seems like a very complicated way to actually try and get out of here.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Ow, what do you want to do? Jeez. Do I need to get like water from the well or something? I don't know. Ah. I mean, you know, in the name of puzzle solving, right? Oh, never mind. Guess we fucked up again.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Yeah, well, how? What? What do you want me to do? Water?
Fire!
Oh gosh. Yeah, no shit. Shit. Delete water. Okay, sure. I'm not sure that's actually much more efficient, but...
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I was looking at
Yeah, I got
birds,
nothing
and then I
better to
noticed
do.
something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something.
Shut up.
Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
A tea? M made me a tea? Like, if there's one thing that I know about detective stuff and, like, these kind of games is that you should not trust a tea.
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here? It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
Somebody clobbers me over the head and then tries to barbecue me, and all you're worried about is your camera?
It's a very expensive camera.
I never noticed those gas cans before.
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh?
I
Well,
was
that's
just
all I
gonna
wanted
say
to tell
too.
you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
You'll be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
See you in a while.
Yeah.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Cutie.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course I remember him. I remember everything about that time of my life. It was the roaring 20s, for crying out loud. one of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my brain's turned to tapioca, sweet stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Mickey and I dated for 5 years. Oh, I knew what he was, and I didn't approve, believe you me. But I was young, and we got along so well, and he was so considerate. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
He had a speakeasy? Where?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using 2 main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small, and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Do you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. By Willie, I mean William Akers, one of the guys who worked for Mickey.
I don't suppose you happen to know the combination.
No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he picked the most unlucky number he could think of and used that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
Unlucky number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Okay, so the number we have should definitely be the combination. I guess I'll mail the picture then. So she can send the key.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
Always.
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, I can go up here now. Cool. Oh, it's gone?
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
I think somebody may have deliberately put poison down Sally's well.
Yikes. What makes you think that?
The Department of Health found unusually high levels of arsenic in the water sample I sent them.
Somebody's trying to poison you with arsenic? They said that?
It's apparently not unusual to find some arsenic in well water.
So somebody could be trying to poison you.
But you don't know for sure.
Right, and they may not be trying to poison anybody. They may want to contaminate the well just enough to force Sally to either go to the expense of digging a new one or forget the whole thing and leave.
And because arsenic is found naturally in well water anyway, you may never know for sure. Bummer.
I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927, and on the front page is an article about Mickey Malone and a man named William Akers.
Akers? Any relation to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Where'd you find it?
You know how I always seem to wind up in houses with secret passageways?
Sometimes I think they follow you around.
Well, I found these hidden stairs leading from the living room into the cellar.
What's down there?
That's what's weird. The stairs led down into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall and a set of stairs leading to a door that goes outside, but that was it.
Why would Malone bother hiding a staircase if it didn't go somewhere important?
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
Why don't you give the wall safe in the cellar another try?
Bye, you guys.
Good luck, Nancy.
And stay in touch.
Interesting. Maybe it's one of those things that you have to like pull twice for it to work.
It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked.
Or 3 times.
It looks like a tiny hole.
Oh.
What's the combination?
0. Wait. 1, 2, 9, 3, 2. Ta-da!
I bet those were deer mice.
Yeah.
I better be careful.
This journal is the property of William Akers.
Speakeasy.
Today Mickey went to prison, but when they were walking him to the paddy wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs, and when the time came to do their tombstones, like he told me, then he whispered to me to look under the Victorola in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Oh. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who never spent 1 night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Anyway, I looked under the Victorola and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words, "The dogs will lead the way." There's no X marking the spots or directions or nothing, but I need money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months, so I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend all my time looking for the gold. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole-in-the-floor gold heist. He always said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay, but according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons. Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar the gold was gonna be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The paper said altogether they weighed around 600 pounds. The question is, did Mickey hide them in one place or did he spread them around? He must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold if you say the right word. I'm going to try saying gold to them tomorrow and see what happens. I've said every word I can think of to all the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around, first Xander, then Vitus, then Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing as that's where Iggy always is. A month ago I started working as a handyman over in Lewistown to make ends meet, so even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug all around under the porch but didn't find nothing. I marked the porch on the map.
Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
On the map with a big I for Iggy, because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy digging last Tuesday night that I almost wasn't there when my son was born. We're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy. She says baby Joe is just like the dolly she's always wanted, but we could never afford to get her. Truth is, we can't really afford Joe neither. Ugh. I keep writing to Mickey asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is, but he never writes back. I'll just have to keep digging. Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark. Logs, rocks, trees, stumps. But I never find nothing. Plus I keep getting lost. The paths look so much alike, especially at night, that I spend most of my time trying to figure out where I am. So last Sunday I memorized the way to the cemetery. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else I can think of and got nowhere. Last week I found out that Mickey changed the passcode to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up, because the way I figured it, why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something? But when I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel that opened up that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of those dogs of his, I'll never understand. I give up. Mickey's dead, and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer over in Harrisburg, and I'm gonna take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've gotten so far, and it's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who doesn't spend all his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving this journal here because who knows, maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something Mickey said and it'll finally hit me where he hid the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all, but in the meantime I got my family. They're what's important. They're treasure enough.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
That's a good question. Squeak, squeak.
A package just arrived for you
Oh.
from Las Vegas.
Cool. That was quick.
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package. Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I understand he used to be the deputy here.
So?
According to Emily Griffin, Deputy Joe Akers was your father. And according to the journal I found, William Akers' son was named Joe. Another coincidence?
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
Sir.
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
He changed his mind real quick.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
You just had to answer one more question, really? You had to make it that complicated. Okay, I guess I'll go to the cemetery. The attitude of this man. There we go.
It looks like some kind of keyhole.
Wow. Did it? Oh gosh. What do we have? Let me check my notes. Maybe I have a clue there. Okay. Cool. Guess we'll call Vivian.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station dropper. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia Andropov? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you.
No, Eustacia, wait. It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
Oh, you're the one
no.
to talk.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing. Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy? So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back. But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think. He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy. I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
I got the key you sent me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. There's just one thing. It doesn't seem to work.
Oh, where is my brain? The key unlocks the letters of the inscription. Just dial in the password and you'll be set.
There's just one more thing.
You don't know the password. I'm sorry. Eustacia and I've been playing canasta all day, and I guess beating her all those times took more out of my brain than I thought.
Next game, I win. Next game, loser pays for pizza.
Well, get out your wallet, sister, because you're going down. So, where were we? Oh, yeah, the password. Let's see. It was the name of that federal agent, his first name.
Waldo?
No, not his real first name. What Mickey was always calling him. Baldo. That was it, Baldo. I always thought it was mean to call him that, especially since Mickey was starting to get a little sparse on top himself.
So I just turn the letters until they spell Baldo?
Yes, dear, but like almost everything else in life, it's trickier than it sounds.
Are there any other tricks to getting into the speakeasy that I should know about?
I suppose it's only fair to warn you about the tunnels, and the doors, and the dead ends.
Tunnels? You mean there's more than one way to get to the speakeasy from the cemetery?
Mickey had his men dig a bunch of tunnels between the speakeasy and the cemetery with hidden doors that opened when other doors closed, and lots of dead ends, so that if the speakeasy was ever raided, his guests could hide from the police. I was always terrified of getting lost, but you're a plucky girl. I'm sure you'll be fine.
It's been fun talking to you.
I'll be suing you.
Please don't. Of course. That is really high tech for something that was made in like the 20s.
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
You have flashlights.
Oh, the batteries are going dead.
Are you serious?
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
Ugh. Please help. Wait, what the? Where was it? Here. Jeez.
How you holding up?
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
The cola is this? Oh. Okay. And then I have to, okay. Looks like this one's here. Oops. Can I rotate? There. This one. Ah. Okay. This should be fine. Oops. That. Yep. One purple, two red. Oh, stop. And 3. This rotates. This should be fine. And I'll rotate this one. And this one.
Ta-da! One smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
I can kinda see that, but Not gonna judge someone's art.
Hey, Nancy. This mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries. And thanks, Nancy.
Cool. Alrighty. Let's go to the cemetery yet again. Okay, here we go again. Oops. I didn't realize. There we go.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
When do you want to explore it? Interesting. Did I see something? No.
Uh-oh.
I guess we'll have to find out. Cool. Guess I picked right.
So this is the speakeasy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Dapper dog. Awesome. Iggy. There's gotta be something in those pictures. I imagine, like, Mickey was probably smarter than actually have his actual dogs be the solution. It's gotta be the pictures. Looks like a
Those
secret
must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
tea.
The spigot won't move. There must be a way to unlock these spigots.
I guess so. Well, let's take a look around first. Oh, cool.
If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about
Would be-
here.
Yeah. Keep. That's cool. Oh.
Ah, he's so cute.
Oh, that's another one. Can hardly see that one. Cool. It's even a roulette table. Oh. What does that do? Does that unlock the thingies, maybe? Oh wow. Ah. This.
So
Nice.
Lucy would swim out to the shipwreck, which is about here.
Interesting. It's like at the roulette table. There was a button. So I'm gonna go try the spigots now. Yep, there we go. Soda. Oh, it's gotta have to do something with the dogs, I assume. Maybe Vivian has something to say about that.
Hello?
Hi, Vivian. It's Nancy Drew.
More questions?
I'm afraid so.
It's Nancy! Geisha says hi. Go on, dear.
Do you know anything about the dog Malone called Xander?
He barked. They all barked. Bark, 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 bark. All of them except Iggy's.
Do you have any idea what Xander was barking at?
I can't remember. Those dogs are just one big noisy blur.
It's been fun talking to you.
23 skidoo, kiddo!
Hello.
What can you tell me about the speakeasy in the basement of Malone's house?
All I know is my grandfather managed it for Malone. Lots of rich and famous people went there. It made him tons of money, and when Malone went to prison, my grandfather sealed it up, and no one set foot in it again.
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Howdy.
Mickey Malone supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property way back in the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
So you don't know anything about it?
Nope.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
This. Interesting. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. I got the colors here as well, and I think it's on the collars of the dogs. So, Vitus is blue, Iggy is yellow, Xander is red, and now Lucy would be yellow. Green, was it? Yeah. Okay, so red is Xander, so we need an X here. There we go. And blue is Vitus. Yeah. That's the V. Then yellow is Iggy. Go. And then the green is Lucy. There we go. That blacked out for a second there. Where was that? Here? Wait. Where was that? The tunnel doors. I'm confused now. Where are they? This way, right? Yep. So. Cute doggos.
It's too dark.
Relax. Oh. Where am I? I don't know if that's the one. Oh yeah, it's gotta be. Oh, look at that. It's Iggy. Oh. Oh. Okay. Midas. That's a whole bunch of puzzles here.
Xander, played by the pump, which is right here.
By the pump? Well, let's see what else we have here. So that ends. That sounds like a dog. I suppose maybe this is actually gonna open up that door. Well. There's nothing to click on here. Oh, then we have this thing. Is the... Is it Moon Lake? It's gotta be. I see. Well, if it's one of them, I assume it's got to be one that looks like this. It's not it. This one? Yeah. Okay, so Xander, Lucy, and then Midas, and then
That doesn't sound good.
Scary. They're going very slow.
It's some kind of lock.
Some kind?
It's some kind of lock.
Does this work?
It's some kind of lock.
Does a screwdriver work?
It's some kind of lock.
I need to find something. the key somewhere. Phew. Well, speaking of, I'm actually curious. Because there was a fork. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's closed now? Well... Oh, it's open here.
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real to me.
Yeah. You don't look that bad. Huh. Wait, there was something here. Oh.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Oh, poor dogs. "3 a.m., 600 feet northeast of Malone Dock. Kun Kimil pin, 2 bottles, empty, 5 coins. Rumor going around lake that Malone house has been sold. Find gold now, now, now. Eddie and Cher, stinky breath. Must brush their teeth. 1 bottle of cognac, full tiara rusted, 1 key, initials MM. Doggy checkup time. Dogs to vet in Lewistown. Return Titanic 2, Val's video, same time, overdue. Rumors true, sale of Malone house final, still no sign of gold. Time for plan D as in dog. Extra treat for Cher for being so good. Too cold to drag, store nets for winter. Take key found in lake to Harrisburg, show Chuck. Get hair done. Get hair done. Vet lab reports in all dogs A++. Buy extra happy hound ham sticks for training. New owner moving in late April. Order electronics, whistle speakers, transmitter, eye lights, Gary's gadgets, and gizmos. Chuck says key special made for Malone in 1931. Gold heist was 1931. Key equals gold. Tried everywhere, more or less. No gold. Tiles and mosaics in tunnel. Push in and out. Clue to where gold is? Think, think, think. Sally McDonald, 27, freelance photographer. For tunnel canal, need. Footballs, flea colors. 20% off sale. SM moving in April 19. Work on mosaics 1 by 1. Push every tile. Nothing happens. Malone and his stupid puzzles can take a flying leap. Dogs ready for haunting. Wish I could seek them on Malone. Sally M gone. Who's Nancy Drew? Get out nets. Repair. Check boat for leaks. Nancy Drew knows about gold. Must find before she does. What did Bruce and Meryl roll in during exercise time? Might as well give all of them a bath. Why do you keep... Well, I mean, I guess you don't expect people to find this spot in the first place, but like, why do you keep your diary here? We gotta keep... Ooh. Ah. Interesting. Oh, is this to like fake the glowing eyes? I guess that works too. Brady, our boy. Wait, is there anything to read? No. No, but she knows about us then, I suppose. Huh. Okay.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
That is a valid
You've been
point.
trained to respond to a silent signal from this thing, haven't you?
Okay, well, we have the key now. So... Here, this one. Oops. Dim. And this one. Now.
It's some kind of lock.
No, that's the wrong key. Ew. What is this stuff?
Something's missing here.
Guess I could use a screwdriver on that, not that I... Well, look at me having some brain cells that work. What else? Door. Ooh. Yeah, of course. Let's try that again, I guess. So, wheel is here.
The wheel is gone.
Yeah, now it's here. Interesting that you could still put like the thing inside. Fill rate, so it's like basically completely full. Oops.
The wheel is spinning, but nothing's happening. Something's missing here.
Got it. There.
It's blocked. It's locked.
Damn it.
It's locked.
What do you mean? What do you want me to do?
It's locked.
Okay, maybe... Okay. There we go. That should have done the job.
I'd better make sure this door is closed all the way before I fool around with anything else.
Sure. Will do, sir. Ma'am.
I'm this
sorry.
close to finding the gold. I just know it.
Krollmeister, hell yeah. Built by. So that is 1924. Maybe I've learned how to read that now. No. Oh.
These colors look very familiar.
Indeed. Okay, so they're starting letters. I could try that. So green would be Lucy. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait, does it? So then that would be L. L is 50. Oops. Oh, interesting. 50. And then Xander is red. So that's 10. And then blue is Vitus, which is 5. And then Iggy is yellow, Just one. Of course you do.
The wheel is gone.
That's where we need the wheel. More wheel. Whoa.
600 pounds of gold bullion. Wow.
We actually found it. Cool. Yeah, there you are.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
I knew it was
I
you.
can't let Emily catch me.
Then don't.
If I don't keep moving, Emily will catch me.
Wait. Huh. That's it.
I got a hint to you, Nancy. I've been looking for Malone's gold for years. Here you go and find it in less than a week.
Shoot. Do I go out again? Oh yeah, I do.
There's plenty of gold here. We can open the door.
Nope.
I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here.
Oops. Come on.
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this.
Oh.
This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy?
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can.
Wow.
Dear Ned, as soon
Nancy's
as I got
cruel.
out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I let him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily, she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Davis finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy.
Oh,
Bess,
that was
hi, it's
fun.
Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There have been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
Oh, the carousel's a fun one too. Yeah, that was a really nice one. I mean, yeah, got, I don't know, like every now and then it's not the most obvious what to do next. But like with the notepad now, it was actually working really well, because like you get some hints through that thing. So that's pretty cool. Well, like that was a really nice flow to the game. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, that's it for Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this, I had fun, and I hope you did too. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe for more, and I hope to see you next time. I hear bugs. Squeak, squeak.